Hi guys, my name's Cassandra. I started this channel a few years ago when I was beginning my fitness journey. Update since then, life has been lifing, and one day I would like to get back on that journey. But right now, I just need fun, laughter, and drama that is not mine. Isn't that the best kind of drama? The kind you are not in the midst of? I typically stay far left from it. But you know what? Let's get into these Reddit stories. Am I the a-hole for not inviting my friend to my wedding after she snubbed me at her wedding? I'm getting married next fall. My fiance and I want a small wedding with just a few special guests. Am I the a-hole for not including one of my closest friends after she snubbed me at her wedding? One of my oldest and closest friends at the time got married 2 years ago. She's always said I'd be her maid of honor, but when the time came, crickets. She sent me websites for vendors and asked me to help her narrow down the venue. Catering, DJ, cake, photographer, I did. She asked for help deciding on bridal websites, invitations, save the dates, all the things. Even asked for my opinion on gifts for the bridal party. She still hadn't mentioned who was in the bridal party, so I just assumed I was. I was not. One day she sent me some pictures of her in different wedding dresses, and I saw a few of her friends in the background. That's how she told me I wasn't in her wedding. One was a close friend, one was a very new friend, and one was more of an acquaintance. A few months later, her wedding party really wasn't helping her. They hadn't had a bachelorette party, a bridal shower, or helped her with any of the planning. She started complaining to me, and I told her, I'm sure it'll all work out and beautiful. I'm sure she meant and be beautiful. She wanted an elaborate bachelorette party with limo bouncing from breweries to distilleries all over the city. The wedding party vetoed it and did nothing. Then, out of nowhere, she asked me to be her something blue. Okay. I've never been asked to be a color, so I asked her to explain. She basically wanted me to go get ready with her and her party at the venue the day of the wedding. I would do my own hair and makeup while her and her party had theirs done professionally. I would keep her glass full, make sure she had food, and keep the dressing room nice and tidy for the photographer to get pictures. Then I would clean everything up, pack each girl's makeup and stuff while they did pictures. I also was supposed to keep the party going in between the ceremony and reception, help people find their table, make sure they didn't run out of ice and alcohol, and wear something blue. I politely declined, as you should. As you should. What kind of bull crap is that? It was 2 weeks before the wedding. I'd already bought a dress that wasn't blue, and it all felt very last minute. I don't even care about the blue attire. What she's asking for is, if I can find another word besides wedding planner, wedding coordinator without pay, a butler, a maid, it's not even a bridesmaid. Even if it was a bride, I wouldn't even. Okay. The day of the wedding, she was overwhelmed and a little drunk and did not speak to me the entire evening. She floated from the table but somehow missed ours. I walked up, talked to her, and she bounced from person to person and returned to her table. I was hurt, but I knew she was stressed, so I let her go. A few weeks after her wedding, she was complaining about her party and how they didn't do anything to make her day special. She said she was very hurt by the lack of support. I told her I was sorry to hear that, but she chose them. Actions, consequences. She told me she chose them because they are local and have high-paying jobs, and she thought they would throw her dream bachelorette and bridal shower. She didn't ask me because she didn't know what my new job paid and didn't want to risk it. That's an FAFO, if I ever saw one. She didn't ask me to be in her wedding party because she didn't think I could afford to pay for her bachelorette party and bridal shower, but she still asked me to do all the research and comparisons. Then her wedding party didn't pay for her bachelorette party and bridal shower, and they didn't help with anything. It was her wedding, and I truly believe that she deserves the wedding party she wants. I don't, I do think that she should have communicated to me after 15 years of saying I'd be her maid of honor. Our friendship has changed since the wedding, too. We've talked about it, but it just hasn't been the same. It's just awkward. I'm getting married, and we want a small wedding, sending me vendors and venues, DIY, Pinterest ideas, explain that we want a very small wedding. Elopement would be a better word. She's devastated that I'm not asking her to be my maid of honor. I don't know what she's going to say when I tell her she's not invited to the wedding. I have no words. No, I'm trying to formulate words. How disgusting it is that she chose people based upon income, thinking she's going to have this lavish bachelorette and bridal shower, and have it not come is just karma in its finest form. However, you know what? I feel like maybe the bridesmaids kind of saw that this was happening. This is why they were chosen. And we're like, yeah, minimal effort is what you're getting. Minimal effort. That's not a friendship anymore. That she's choosing money over friendship. And you know what? I'm glad she got her karma on that. But, you know what? We have a few updates. First, I have told her all of the things. I told her I appreciate her wanting to send me. You know what? Before we get to the update, not only did she choose money over your friendship, but the fact that it was almost like a slap to the face of, you can be my something blue, and demanding. I've never even heard of that. You can be in the room with us, but you have to do your own things. At least, like, listen, I don't know what the financial circumstances were. Like, I don't know if she was paying for the other girls to get their makeup done and hair done, or they were paying themselves. If they were paying for themselves, or even if not, regardless, say, because she wasn't in the party, you weren't going to, the bride wouldn't be paying for yours, but at least to like feel included. Hey, these people are going to be doing the hair and makeup. This is how much they charge. I need to know by XYZ date so you can be a part in the room and be included, even though you're not in the wedding. That's an option. That's not for every circumstance. This is just for this in particular circumstance. It's not even the room and doing your own hair and makeup for me. It's you clean up after us. You have to do your own thing, but you can be in the room and bask in my presence. What kind of bullcrap is that? Anyways, I'm sure there's many other things that I am thinking, and after this I'll think of a few different things. Like it's always like anytime I'm on a phone call, you hang up and you're like, that's what I was going to say. Anyways, that'll probably be this. On to the updates. I have told her all of the things. I told her I appreciate her wedding, to send me ideas, but I'm eloping and will not need them. And I don't want her to feel like she's wasted her time. I told her we're not having a wedding party. I told her it's just going to be his parents and my friend, who has been like a mom to me. I've told her all of the things. She still thinks she should be included. I made it clear that she will not be invited, nor will anyone else. It's not personal, it's an elopement. 2. She's now saying the real reason I was excluded from the wedding because her other friends were being overbearing bullies, and she felt pressure to include them, but knew I wouldn't hold a grudge if I wasn't included. Then they all dropped the ball and it was too late to ask me, so she went with the something blue, thinking I'd be delighted to finally be included. I was clear that that's not how I took it, and it was offensive to almost demand I be the wedding butler. There we go. She cried and said she didn't know what to do. Third update. Her husband then called my fiance. For the first time ever, they're not friends, to ask him to try to change my mind. He said she's dealing with mental health issues. And she's been very depressed since I announced our engagement. According to her husband, I was excluded from the wedding party because she gained weight, 60 pounds, due to stress during the planning process, and I had recently lost weight, 80 pounds, and she was embarrassed. Side note, there's more to this, but that's not a friend. I feel like it's gotten worse now. Okay. He also said that he had told her that was okay, but she should tell me I wasn't going to be in the wedding and stop asking me for help with the planning. Her husband thought she told me and I was just angry. My fiance told him that wasn't the case, and I found out when I saw the wedding dress shopping pictures. Her husband also didn't know about the something blue request. She told her husband that she asked me to be a bridesmaid at the last minute and I declined because I don't like him. She's not a friend. Has she ever been? I don't know. Top commenter? Not the a-hole. Why is she still your friend? OP being very kind. I want to think she went bridezilla and regrets it, but I don't know. You're being very kind. In my position, I'd probably be like OP, but since I'm not OP, no, she's not a friend. Nay, nay. Pineapples. Moving on. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my mom wear white to my wedding, even though she claims it's her last chance to feel beautiful? I just turned 23 and I'm getting married in October. My mom and I have always had what I would refer to as a rocky relationship, especially since I got engaged. She's been oddly competitive, commenting on my body, comparing our rings, like we were in a competition, saying things like, "This day is as much about me as it is about you." I honestly thought she was joking until she showed me the dress she bought. A white, floor-length gown that looks exactly like a bridal dress. And I told her flat out she cannot wear that because in my opinion, it doesn't match the occasion. She got quiet, then burst into tears saying it's her and this was an opportunity to feel beautiful before getting old, and that I'm selfish for not letting her have this one thing. I felt really bad about this, so I also offered to go shopping with her to find something elegant and more appropriate. And all of a sudden her countenance changed, and she told me I was controlling and ungrateful. What gave me peace was that my fiancé backed me up, as he should, as did my maid of honor, as they should. Now my mom is threatening not to come to the wedding, and my aunt says I should just let her have this to avoid drama. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong for drawing a line here. But now part of me wonders if I'm the a-hole. No. No, you're not. And I think you offered her a really nice alternative, going out, going shopping, you can grab some lunch or coffee or just have some time together, a little mommy and Mia time. I have a feeling like your mom is totally going to show up to that wedding in that bride's dress. Maybe the maid of honor should have some red wine on deck, It's a little, kind of little, I'm just imagining bridesmaid, but with a holster with some red wine bottles. Just like she's in a Western. All right, top comments. Now my mom is threatening not to come to the wedding. Your mother is extremely manipulative. Take her up on that offer, not the a-hole. One comment says, give me a meal and I'll go around with a super soaker of grape juice. Another one. OP, stop engaging her tantrums. Mom, you cannot wear white. You will not be allowed in if you show up in a white dress. Plus, people will secretly mock you for it. We'll miss you if you can't make it. Then disengage from the combo. Go low info with her for the rest of your wedding plans. Someone else says, I was going to say strategically place guests with full glasses of red wine ready to greet anyone who shows up in white. Well, this was a year ago. I don't see any updates. I hope you had the best wedding, whether your mom showed up or not. I hope your day was the best and wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully your mom changed her tune and she was able to attend the wedding and not in a wedding dress. That's going to be it for this video. Tell me, what would you tell these brides? Stay tuned for more.